In this tutorial, we will be talking about the empirical formula and the molecular formula of carbon compounds. Let's start with the empirical formula. So remember that the empirical formula is a formula which shows the simplest ratio of the atoms of each element present in a compound. So for example, if we take ethane, we have 3.00 grams of ethane. So this is the total mass. This mass contains 2.4 grams of carbon and 0.6 grams of hydrogen. We know that the relative atomic mass of carbon is 12.0 and that the relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1.0. So now we have to find the empirical formula. To do so, we have to find the number of moles of each element. So the number of moles of carbon will be equal to the mass of carbon divided by its relative atomic mass. So we have 2.4 divided by 12, which is equal to 0.2 moles. On the other hand, the number of moles of hydrogen is equal to 0.6 divided by 1, which is equal to 0.6 mole. Now we will have to divide by the smallest number of moles, which is equal to 0.2. So 0.2 divided by 0.2 is equal to 1, and 0.6 divided by 0.2 is equal to 3. So this will give a ratio of carbon to hydrogen, which is equal to 1 to 3. So for every carbon atom, we have 3 hydrogen atoms, and this means that the empirical formula of ethane is CH3. Now we have to find the molecular formula of ethane. The molecular formula is the formula that shows the actual number of atoms of each element in the molecule. And to find the molecular formula, we need to know three things, which are the empirical formula, the relative molecular mass of the empirical formula, and the relative molecular mass of the molecule. So we need to know the empirical formula, the relative molecular mass of the empirical formula, and the relative molecular mass of the molecule. Let's find the molecular formula of ethane. So we found that the empirical formula of ethane is CH3. The relative molecular mass of CH3 will be equal to 12, which is the relative atomic mass of carbon, plus 3 times 1. 1 is the relative atomic mass of hydrogen, which is equal to 15. So the relative molecular mass of the empirical formula CH3 will be equal to 15.0. The relative molecular mass of ethane is given to be 30.0, which is equivalent to 2 times 15.0, which means that there must be 2 units of the empirical formula in every molecule of ethane, and thus the molecular formula of ethane will be CH3 2 or C2H6.